Hey, hello, my 16 subscribers. How are you this evening? It's November 4th, and it's a day after when we reverse our clocks. I forget what the fuck that's called, daylight saving, or the end of daylight savings, or the beginning of daylight savings. I've decided that I was going to adopt a different approach to these vlogs, and what I'm going to do in a few moments, like within seconds, is consume some marijuana. Got some marijuana right here, and I'm going to be vaping it. And I want to share with you how that impacts my way of thinking, my way of behaving, and I'm hoping that that'll be entertaining, because I feel that there needs to be more of an entertainment component to this. I thought that, in and of itself, my videos were entertaining, but they're not getting many views, and I'm not trying to become popular or a celebrity or anything of that sort. I'm just really trying to get some of these ideas out there. And what are these ideas? How does someone, in this case me, deal with feelings of failure, of letting people down, of contending with this sense of failure, a sense of not having achieved the objectives that I'm hoping to meet with regards to my mental health. As I mentioned to Lisa this morning, what do you do when you take care of your health, you take care of your diet, you take care of your sleep, you take care of your exercise, you make certain not to consume this early on in the day, and sorry, was I at 5? And yet yesterday I was in a particular situation and I just completely went ballistics. I lost it, and I was a little bit down this morning. I didn't have much hope. I didn't have much confidence in my ability to really keep my shit together. So we're going to touch base in a few moments. So one of the ways that doing weed impacts me, pardon me, is that I become musical. I enjoy whistling, I enjoy singing. However, I'm not into this song right now because I've listened to it a couple of times, and yeah, although the melody is pretty cool, it's been a while, by Stain. Not too crazy about the lyrics, they're quite simplistic. It's been a while since I could stand on 2 feet again. So not interested. We're gonna come back in a moment and choose another music for the background. Nice. So in the background, in the audio background, we have, because there's that background, we have Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna fall. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in. Of angels, lonely as I am, together we cry. Okay, whatever, man. You know what? For pretty much the majority of my life, all I've done is listen to music as background stuff to evoke a feeling, but ultimately, I haven't really listened to the lyrics, and I feel that that was not ideal. I'm not gonna call it a mistake. You have to try to rework the thinking here, be more positive, be more proactive, be more compassionate, understanding, less self-absorbed, and all these are good principles, good. They're just good ways to guide my thinking, at least. If I can try to be less angry and remain in a non-agitated state, I feel that what that does for me is it allows me to be more receptive, more open to the world, less in conflict with it. But enough about me. Let's talk about my problems for this weekend. So on Friday, I came home. Thursday. It was Halloween. I went down to Montreal to spend time with Lisa. We wanted to walk along or in the Mylène because it's quite an event there. There's like thousands of families, children and their parents, and people really they go all out, man. Like there's just such a dynamism and energy, and it's crazy, and it's just exploding with all this excited running around, and it's fantastic. However, this is, I think, the first year in many years where I didn't actually go out because it was raining. It was torrential. The city of Montreal literally canceled Halloween and said that anything that the city was involved in would be pushed to the next day. What Valérie Plante, our mayor, didn't know at the time is that the 100-kilometer gusts of wind, which killed a man out in the eastern townships, it blew a tree onto him while he was photographing another tree. It partially destroyed a building, and it caused an electrical power outage that was equal to, if not more severe than the one we had during the ice storm in 1998. I happen to have a generator up here in the country, so I was good. Up until the point where I got carbon monoxide poisoning. Because I went into the shed where the generator is, and, well, here, why don't we just go outside and I'll show you. Hello! So here we are. This is my baby, which kept the house operational for over 70 hours. However, what you see over here is, I don't know if we can see it. Yeah, there's a vent, and right next to it, there is an exhaust pipe, and it had got disconnected from the generator over here. It's a little bit dark, but anyways, right here, this is where it connects, and I didn't know, so I was filling up some gas in the generator, and what was happening is that I was slowly getting poisoned with the carbon monoxide. So I wasn't aware of that, and it's actually kind of cold right now. Ooh, look at this bad boy. I swear to God, we have a horror movie in the making over here. We got big freaking heavy chain. We got shovels to bury or slice off people's zombies' heads, and then to possibly bury corpses into the earth. What do we have? We have a lawnmower. We could get creative with that. Where is it? Can't see it. There it is. Nice. That was one of the very first garden power tools I purchased. Oh yes, here we go. We have a beautiful old rusty saw. Nice. Look at this baby. Nice. Look at this. Look how the light reflects off of its dirty, rusty metal. Look at these teeth. Anyhow, yeah. So lots of wind gusts, trees falling all over the place, resting up against the power lines. So yeah, there wasn't any power here for about 70 hours, which started to suck afterwards, especially with the poisoning and the noise, because this generator really does make quite a ruckus. So, sorry about that. Yeah, it started getting old after about the second day. So, and so as we're spilling into the third day, it really wasn't fun. And especially now it's cold. Actually, you know what? We're gonna walk back to the house together. Maybe you'll catch some of the snow. Maybe you wouldn't. We're actually outside here. There's a forest behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, man, it's a great scene for a horror movie. Going down these tiny little steps that I dug into the side of a small hill because I slipped too many times. This is my outside fire pit. Back here, some Christmas lights I put up in 2017, shortly before there was a fire which nearly killed me. Caused about $150,000 worth of damage. Oh, hey, here we go. Ah, woo, it's warm. Yeah, so I'm gonna set things up and I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, so that's it, man. Drove back, everything was cool. Then the power went out, and that was okay because I had the generator. No big deal. Like I said, it got kind of tiring after about. Why am I shouting? Hold on. Hey, what's happening? So yeah, things were okay, otherwise this weekend in terms of the power, but then, Lisa came over and that was all right, but earlier, just a few days earlier, on Thursday, I got this horrible review. This dude wrote fucking horrible review, or I think he wrote on Friday, I can't remember, but Lisa, well, it wasn't horrible as well. It was like a 3-star review, but the guy was upset about a couple of things which I really had no control over. There were delays in the previous move, and he was upset that we didn't show up between 1 and 3, and we came at 4:30, and it's like, okay, you know what, man, shit happens. Why do you have to go and write a review? Why do you always need to express your opinions online? Unless someone has threatened your well-being, unless they've endangered you, lay off the fucking reviews, man. It's not necessary. You don't have to write a review about what's this tendency, this obsessive tendency with, look, I know it's kind of ironic because here I am expressing my opinions, but I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not saying that, we need to avoid, unless, if this were a topic about politics or something like this, of course, or movies. Look, I know there are areas in which we can express opinions and influence people not to do a particular thing. But I think that when it comes to small businesses, we should maybe lay the fuck off. Because small businesses have not too many employees. They're usually run by a few people, in my case, primarily me. And, it's like, fuck, man, I don't need that extra stress. And my esthetician feels the same way. We were talking about that when I went for a wax. Yeah, so it was on Thursday that I woke up to the review. But Lisa was a tremendous help. She spoke to the guy. He upped the review from 3 to 4 stars. He spoke about how he was frustrated, how he felt awkward when Milo asked him for a tip. And it was like, okay, all right, man, no problem. We understand you. And I mean, I was pissed off that, it's like, I get that you're stressed about your move. I understand that. But give us a break, man. There's a lot of fucking stress in running a business, and you, of all people, who has his own business or somehow running it or in some type of position of leadership, you would think that you'd have the ability to empathize. Nobody came across like they were jerks. Nobody disrespected you. There was an issue in terms of the logistics. We tried our best. You can train and hope to win the gold medal, but you might not even make it on the podium. So give us a goddamn break, man. And this is driving me a little bit nuts. My esthetician understood my position. She told me it drives her nuts. She doesn't understand the types of people who do that. Today, when I went to the vet and I paid a $608 bill, and I found, yes, and I'll get to that in more detail later on, I found a porcupine needle in Inuk's hind leg. I turned to the technician and I said, listen, I just paid $608 and I'm expecting perfection here. I don't want to be further stressing my dogs. And I was really direct. I wasn't pleasant. But I said, what would you rather I do? Go on Google. She wasn't happy, right? Hence I said, would you rather I go on Google and write a review? I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you how I feel right now. So, yeah, man, just have the goddamn courage to approach somebody and tell them what it is that you don't appreciate. Like, there's this other client that the guys moved on Saturday, and she feels like she was gypped. She feels like she was pressured into leaving a tip, pressured into telling the guys to leave the fridge downstairs in the back of the building, pressured to pay an extra hour, which she didn't feel was necessary, pressure to pay for a mattress protector and 3 rolls of tape. And it's like, lady, if you have a problem asserting yourself, don't take the resulting frustration that you experience in feeling like, okay, I did not communicate what I needed out of this situation. That can be very frustrating. It can leave you feeling as if you have not really gotten what you need, right, out of something. And so I can only sympathize with that, but I can't be blamed for that. I'm not the one who's creating those feelings of frustration. Communicate to us, communicate to me. And yes, I was troubled when I heard that the guys didn't bring the fridge up to her 3rd floor. I was insulted when she said that the guys were not physically fit. They weren't physically fit enough to be able to do a move from a 3rd to a 3rd. And while I was taking care of a very stressful situation, that's when I took a bit of a break. I looked on my phone and I checked my emails, right? That problem with being addicted to the digital world. And so instead of just remaining in the moment, which was already pretty intense, I needed to just get the hell out of that moment real fast. But then I went into, well, as they say, from the frying pan into the fire, figuratively speaking. I mean, it's all very subjective. I'm not reacting well to the situations I was in. I felt very pressured. I felt like time was not on my side, that I didn't have the adequate resources. Nella and Inuk went out and they essentially they found a porcupine and they touched it with their faces and possibly even opened their mouths. And Inuk had like 10 to 12 porcupine needles in his... Hold on, I can't fucking stand this music. I will be back. Okay, there's some fellow who I've never heard of before, Kaleo, Kaleo, playing With or Without You. So yeah, so they went out into the forest and, you know, we were with Daisy the pug, Mickey the Akbash / Husky, Inuk the Husky / Psycho, and Nella the Corgi / oh yeah, this is what they wound up looking like. Not Daisy, Nella and Inuk came back literally looking like Pinhead. So, you know, just, where can I leave him? Right here. I like that. He's gonna become my psychic. My Ed Big Man. So I was like, wow, fucking shit, man, this guy's whistling. This is really fucking great. Yeah, so I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, we go for this really nice walk, and then Inuk and Nella, Corgi slash Jack Russell, or should I say Jack Russell slash Corgi, what fucking difference is made? Because the primary dominant trait of this dog, of Nella, Nella. Hello, Nella. Killer dog. And this asshole, the psycho. Hey, man. Ow. He's such a fucking asshole. You're an asshole. Psycho asshole, husky, psycho asshole, husky. And of course, Mickey. Hello, Mickey. Hello, Mickey. What a good boy you are, eh? Yeah, look at you. You're such a good boy. Yeah, but Mickey didn't escape. Mickey stayed, and so did Daisy. So we were spared having to pay $300 for each one of them to have those needles removed. I gave it a good shot. Lisa and I gave it a good shot. But like I said, that's where I started screaming. There was the pressure of the Thursday review. Then there was this nonsense of this woman believing all these things, and me having to write to the guys, and them texting me and emailing me, and finally it turns out that she's the one who gave permission to the guys. She told them, she said, guys, go ahead, put the fridge in the back. And they did. You know, yes, they gave her some information, but it's just people saying stuff, man. It's just people saying, hey guys, this is what I think should be happening. So irritating. Nice. I'm actually using a mic stand. So, and then we go for a walk last night, Sunday evening. There's like only maybe 50, 60 minutes left of sunlight, and then the dogs, two of them disappear, man. And it's like, what, why? You know, so we go back home. They're not there. We go get some gas for the generator. And then Lisa's like, hey, let's go back to the spot where we walked them. And sure enough, Anouk was there. But he had all these needles right there, and 12, and so it's just like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? And then maybe 15 minutes after, I'm going at him with pliers, and I'm holding really tight, and Lisa's trembling, and blood, and screaming and howling. It was like fucking a house of torture, man. House of horrors. Gosh. Really stressful. So yeah, I was hysterical. I was screaming. Ah, why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? You know, just fucking insanity, man. It's fucking insanity. And then Nella, 15 minutes into trying to repair this dude over here. Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. They're still coming down from the effects of ketamine. And yeah, he looks familiar, eh? This guy looks familiar, look. Is this traumatizing to you? He's running. Oh, look. How does he look with a hat? Hey, dude. You get closer. There we go. This is my new look, man. Hello. My name is Pinhead. How are you this evening? How are you? Let me play with my hair, my pins. Oops, sorry, I'm out of alignment. Okay, stop playing with dolls. So yeah, I I was shrieking, man. I was losing it. I was, you know. And then today, that's what I told Lee. I said, Jesus Christ, man, what hope is there? Right? Remember the health, the diet, the sleeping, the not smoking or vaping this before 6. There's a fucking commercial on fucking YouTube. Oh, my mama, she told me, carry on. Mm-hmm. No matter how hard it gets, just carry on. You got no other choice but to put one foot in front of the other and carry on. Anyway, something like this, man. Whatever. I told you I get musical, right? So, that was just improvised. Believe it or not. So yeah, things got a little bit rough, and like I told her, I don't feel like I have much hope anymore, you know? Except for singing the blues. I mean, you know, I've been watching this show on YouTube called Charisma on Command, and this guy goes through various techniques that we can adopt. But I mean, it's one thing to hear these things. I mean, then I have to fucking take notes and practice, and maybe, you know, maybe that's what I'll do. Because I do journal, like this is part of my journaling, if you will, of my emotions and my success, my failures, my feelings of I could be doing better, you know. Yeah, I cut my hair today though. You can hardly tell. Look at that fade. Yeah? Look at the fade that nature's giving me. So I gotta play around with the balance. This is shorter, and I clip my at the same level as so right here, and down there, same height. Just an interesting fact. So if you call me a dickhead, you're not that far off. So yeah, man, other than this, I mean, I was feeling a little bit down, and I wasn't really interested in just watching fucking Glee episodes one after the other. So I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm glad that whoever's listening to this, write a comment so I know you people exist, please. I mean, people weren't shy about writing comments with the no, not that, with the TD video. Boy, I was, you know, it was half and half, no, or maybe more like 60-40. You know, some people defended me, didn't like the video enough, or didn't like my attitude enough to be able to say, oh yeah, sure, we like what this guy did. No, they're more concerned about maybe focusing, aside from me and the way I behaved at the TD, don't watch the video. I was a real fucking drama queen, petty. I sound irritating and shrill and gosh. So yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, you know. But people like to write comments, and the ones that are not ragging on me and saying really nasty things about, you're the reason why I left retail. I kind of agree, but I'm just thinking that, you know, the ones that they didn't support me, they just countered those people's positions, and they said, one of them was something along the lines of, hey, these banks should take the fucking time. They're making how many billions of dollars of profits off of us, off of all those service fees? It's like, in the end, they know that they hold all the cards, right? You can't do anything really. You can't get ahead in life without a bank account. It's ridiculous. I've had a bank account since I was 16 years old. No, not good, man. They really always stack everything in their favor. The way that they establish programs so that you can earn a certain interest rate, compound interest rates, but it's always low. And I mean, at one point, I was thinking, hey, why don't I put some money in Roman's bank account and have it generate interest? And because he's not paying anything because he's 13 and he got his bank account when he was 9, he can't do that. So because it's a free bank account for a kid, he's not allowed to collect interest. They don't offer him that because they're not making anything out of his bank account. You see what I mean? So it's all about subscribers, man. It's like fucking Costco. They don't really necessarily care too much. They want to break even, but for them, the money, as with Netflix, is the subscription fees. So having a bank account and that amount that you're paying is like having a subscription fee. And that's where places like InstaCheck and shit like that come in, because they know that some people that just don't have bank accounts. So boom, a little bit of a gray market. Let's make the money off the backs of the impoverished and the people that aren't in the system. So who's fucking gaming the system, right? So hey people, if you're a little bit afraid of the Joker, then maybe you're not really there for our benefit, but you're part of the fucking problem. Suppressing people, keeping them in financial servitude. I need to know who this singer is. I do most anything to feel your love just once again. Well, I do most anything to feel your love just once again. Ha ha ha! I'm crying with the pain. But you never really loved me. You never really loved me. That's why I'm crying with the pain. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm crying every night and every day. Every night and every day. Oh, I'm crying, baby, every day. Oh, if it's just these words I wanna hear from you, baby. Just these words. And those are 3 words that you never say. Mm-hmm. Woo! Happening. Hey, so yeah, I had to let the dogs out. So look, I see we're at the 34-minute mark. Boy, time really flies when you're self-absorbed. Ah! So, how did I get... Hey, dude. This is how I got through my great disappointment in myself. with the help of Pinhead. Truly, humor, playing, connecting with inner child, connecting with your innocence, your sense of wonder, your openness, your curiosity, your willingness to be surprised by the world. And with that, guys, no, I'm not going to let you go just yet, but I am going to go sing a song, and then I'm going to let you go. So let me choose a good song for you, okay? Okay, I found a song. I feel a little bit stressed, though, in finding it because it was taking me a little bit of time, and I figured that this phone's feature would time out. So just going to prepare a couple of things. I'll be back in a second. Donnez-moi 2 secondes. La 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 la, pulling up the lyrics. And starting the song, guys. Dim the lights. It's like preparing to have sex. Caro, who does Amy Winehouse, told me to feel the song. And she got a little bit irritated with me when I would fuck up. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me when dear. I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm back. It's hard to believe that nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love, the city she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry. Hopefully you're not crying. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love.